Hello, hello, hello. It's Kathy Bedell at MyStampandSpot.com. Back with another card from the Delicate Pines Spotlight Series class. Hope you're enjoying it so far. This is the first card. Isn't that gorgeous? So I am on vacation, but we're continuing on here. Cherry Cobbler, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Now I have cut two pieces at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Now remember, you'll see all this on the blog. All of this will be on the blog. Here's a piece of that gorgeous DSP. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the back. We're going to use this side for another card. But I'm going to add this piece. This is 2 by 5 1/4. If you're watching, tell me where you're from. Missing you guys. I'm sorry there's no bingo this week. We will do a delay. I'm sorry, not this week. This week? Next week. This week. We'll do it next week. I'll be tired. I come back from my vacation Monday night, very late. But that's okay. I'm going to spend Tuesday and enjoy it with you guys with bingo. Oh, I did something I shouldn't have done. I didn't want to add glue already. Look at this gorgeous ribbon. This is the evening shaded spruce and gold. And what I'm going to do is, before I glue this on, I am going to, I played with how high and how low to put this. I kind of liked when I saw more of the DSP. So, I don't know, probably, the DSP is probably running about halfway through this ribbon. I want to be able to get a greeting up the top, but I also want to see a lot of this beautiful DSP. I need a tape runner. I ran out of my tape runner here. I have an empty one on my desk. Let's see if I can get anything out of it. Whoa! Well, now it appears... Yeah, that is toast. So I'm going to put a little more glue on here. And a little glue on here. I'm going to smooth this out. Come down both sides and just... Okay, let's put that on our card front. Now, if I had a tape runner, I would put a little tape runner under this. But because I forgot to bring over a tape runner, I'm not going to use the glue because it will show through the ribbon. I have my shaded spruce, and I'm going to use Warmest Winter Wishes. Warmest Winter Wishes. This is good. This could be a birthday card. It doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. Now I'm putting it down close to the ribbon and pretty far to the right. Looks pretty straight. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we're going to kind of use a big... Oh, I forgot to show you on the first card. I forgot to add the insert. So it's a white liner on top of a shaded spruce liner. We are going to use this big piece of greenery, 3 of these, and we're going to use the pine cones. Okay, so I have these pre-cut. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my pine cones first. So these have a definite shape. So the solid piece is pecan pie, and the punched out piece is early espresso. And I am just adding a little glue. And they definitely have a right and a wrong side. When you see them in person, you can see, whoops. When you see them in person, you can see that this early espresso piece definitely has a raw edge on one side. So this is the, whoops. This is the smoother side, and this is the more raw side. I think you can actually see that on camera. And then you just have to, it does have a little bit of a bend to it. So you need to make sure that your pecan pie has the same bend so that they are lining up appropriately. This is a good place to do my blending brush technique with glue. If you've never seen it, use a silicone mat and a designated blending brush to add glue to pieces that have a lot of holes. Okay, now I have my shaded spruce. I am not going to separate these. I am actually going to put a dab of glue there, and I'm going to kind of create an X by layering the smaller sprigs on top. And we're going to get a nice cluster when we're done. So I kind of have an X. Then I'm going to add one kind of straight up and down. My breathing's a little heavy. I'm sorry. I was at urgent care this weekend. Darn asthma. Sinus infection and asthma. Okay. Now that I have that, I am going to add glue to that center dot. And I'm just going to add a little in the center veins here. Again, this would be a good place for, oops, sorry, I'm off camera. This would be a good place for a blending brush and a silicone mat to add this glue. Whoops, that's kind of goopy. Okay, now I'm going to put this on an angle because it's very long. I'll make sure it stays on my card front there. Okay. Now we're going to take one pine cone and we're going to adhere it flat. And I'm going to just kind of put it over that center circle. And the other pine cone, we're going to pop up with dimensionals. How's the weather where you are? It was cold here last night, well below freezing. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Then I'm going to come in with some of my cherry cobbler faceted snowflakes. And add a couple here. Do two different sizes. Okay, now cherry cobbler, and I want to, oops, that's real red, shaded spruce. On the inside, I am going to, see this branch right here? Let me cover my glue so it doesn't give me issues. I'm going to stamp that guy right along the bottom, like that. Then I'm also going to stamp, let's see, I think I like celebrate the season. Oop. Like that. Now, for the finishing touch, we're going to use this little guy. I was hoping I had a smaller block over here, but oh, here's one. we're going to close this up. We're going to pull out early espresso. I think you could probably use pecan pie as well, but okay. I'm going to come off of the bottom of this branch. Isn't that a beautiful image? It's so pretty. You see how pretty that image is? Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Now, let's adhere that inside our card. And we are just about done. There we go. Isn't that pretty? There was my sample card for myself. And there's card number 1. Aren't they gorgeous? All right, guys, Occasion Sketch Club is getting limited. Remember, you get a template to keep for future reference. And on the back is typed all the layers and what it's good for. And then you would make 4 of this particular card. This is brand new DSP coming tomorrow. So that class is getting very limited. All right, you guys. Thanks for being here. See you Thursday. Bye.